Okay there, everybody. Today we're gonna head over to Barcelona to pick up a few things for the studio that they don't have here in Girona. And while we're there, we're gonna check out some bikey things, maybe. So let's get going. We picked up one of these shopping trolley things just to make running errands in Spain a little bit easier. Of course, had to customize it with a pin. Are you ready to Spain?
Yes. See.
Hey there everybody, Future Russ here. Just wanted to fill in a couple details about the train trip. There's a couple of trains you can take between Girona and Barcelona. There is the AVE train, which is the high-speed train, goes pretty much direct to Barcelona Sants, I believe. There's a local train that stops at all the stops in between. We decided to take the medium distance train, which I think splits the difference. One nice thing about that train that you'll see is that there is accommodation for a bike. So if you're gonna go back and forth, you can bring a bike on that, although the bike facility may change depending on the specific train. We took the train from Girona and got off before the main train station. I believe our stop was Passeig de Gràcia, which is close to the Plaza Catalunya, which is where all the things we wanted to go to were. So the photo store, Photo K, La Fuga, or what was formerly known as the Eroica Cafe, I'm not quite sure what happened there, and also Espai BC. All in all, the train ride took a little bit under an hour, or just about an hour. And another quick note, our cycling caps are back in stock in the store. So pick them up for yourself, pick them up as a gift to a fan of the channel. Our caps are made in Japan. One size fits almost everybody. It's got this kind of cool running cap aesthetic with mesh sides and just really well made. So let's get back to the video. Made it! All right, let's figure out how to get out. The city, huh? It's definitely not Montana anymore.
Definitely not.
I don't think we've been in a city this big in like a long time.
Yeah, very long time.
I think we're gonna check out this cafe called Eroica Cafe, bicycle themed. Might do meet up there tomorrow, so let's check it out. How would you describe these?
It's like a cross between a potato chip and a roasted potato. Fried, but still kind of squishy inside.
Mm-hmm. Like if you imagine like a super fresh potato chip with some homemade ketchup. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Right, so we just wrapped up lunch at this pretty awesome like bike themed cafe. I don't know if it's tied to the event of Eroica, but they definitely embrace the vintage bikes. And now we're gonna check out one of the local bike shops. I believe it's called Espai BC, so bicycle space. And look, another Brompton. That's probably, I don't know, like the 20th Brompton we've seen.
There's a lot of them here.
I want one. All right, everybody, we're here at the bike shop. This is a place called Espai BC, and out of all the bike shops we've seen so far in Spain, this seems to be our vibe. So for example, they've got a straggler here with a dynamo hub. Somehow comforting to see bikes we have at home in a different country. Here's an interesting brand, Amaro. We've got some Brompton accessories, all sorts of touring panniers from Bod, from Ortlieb, another midnight special. And over here is a brand I've been seeing a lot of. It's the Pelago, and they've got an Outback, which tells me that it's rigged up for bike packing. Also some basket packing over there. I think this is another one of the Pelago bikes. And they've got their set of racks, fork rack, front rack. Cool assortment of coffee outside stuff, and Brooks, of course. So much Brooks. Here's a cool little cargo bike over here, Midtail. Some other bike packing stuff from Bod. An assortment of e-bikes from Reese Mueller. Rebel 8 bike packing bags. Some bags from Wizardworks. And this place is stocked. This is nicer than some bike shops that we have in the US. Of course, every bike shop has a case full of shiny bits. This one's no different. We have a bunch of dynamo lighting, some stuff from Sun, Fancy Cranks, Colored Hubs, Chris King, some Thai stuff I think from Moots, or a big variety of bike racks, as well as some alt bar vibes going on. They've got some Cesta walls. Get your Cesta packing on. Alright, so we just popped out of Spy BC, and I think it's definitely a place where you can get all your alt bike needs. Cool shop. Might come back later and do a proper shop visit when learn a little bit more Spanish. What do you think?
I liked it. It's
Yeah.
a good space.
I know Surly bikes aren't the most exciting bikes, but it's just strangely comforting to see stuff from home, you know?
Things that are familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like one thing out of an ocean of things I don't understand that I understand. So I think next on the agenda is we're gonna go check out a photo store, Photo K. I gotta get some equipment for the studio so we can light videos in the apartment. Maybe hit up an art store, Asian market.
Clothes.
Clothes.
You know.
So let's go check it out. So I'm a little bit out of practice of vlogging because that's all I remembered to film, but let me show you the whole purpose of our little excursion to Barcelona. And it's pretty much for this guy. Not this guy specifically, but I realized that it's almost essential to have at least one light since the place we're staying at is a little bit of a cave and lighting isn't so great. And most likely whenever we get permanent digs, lighting is going to be a challenge. So like I mentioned, we went to Photo K, a pretty nice photo and video store there. Shout out to Ernest for helping us out. Turns out he's a cyclist also. I'm going to show you guys what they got. So the first thing is one of these, a monopod, a monopie. This is primarily for Laura to use when we do shop visits. She's our camera person on this channel if you haven't figured that out. A lot of this stuff I recently got rid of, so I'm a little loath to purchase it again, but I mean, it's what we need to make the channel work. In this box, I'm not quite sure the exact correct word for this. But it's essentially a little folding light stand. I've seen this referred to as a tripod de luz or soporte de luz. So light support, tripod, light tripod basically. I think Ernest was using pie de studio, feet for the studio, which makes sense. What's nice about this one is that it's fairly compact. So if we do have to travel and we needed to bring light for whatever reason, we could take this one. So, if it goes down like this, this extends up. Hopefully tall enough. Cool about this is that the feet themselves also expand for more stability. Next piece is kind of the star of the show, if you will, and it is this light. Apologies that this is becoming a camera channel for the moment. The brand doesn't matter, but it's by Nanlite. I had a light very similar to this in the Cave of Bad Ideas, so this is kind of just a portable Cave of Bad Ideas. This is what the head looks like. Basically, I think this is what's known as a cob light, LED. And lastly is what's in this big long box here. I don't know if you can guess what it is, but it's a lantern, or in Spanish, lantern, lantern. And what's hilarious is that this is the same exact one I had in the Cave of Bad Ideas, which I ended up donating to the local photo school in Missoula. Let's set it up and see what it looks like. This is the Bones mount. adapter. You can see it's got the appropriate wall outlet for the country. Got our power brick. Let's see how bright it is. All right, we have got some light. This might look a little silly with this light setup, but I do like the quality of light from a lantern. All right, setup is pretty easy peasy. This is the tricky part. Hopefully this stand is enough to support the light and the modifier. Okay, it's on there. All right, pretty nice. This is actually a little bit smaller than the one I had in the Cave of Bad Ideas. I actually had a much larger one and it was suspended from the ceiling. But I think they should work pretty well in terms of lighting a live stream, maybe some product reviews, and can also use this for painting. So let's set up an actual camera and see what this looks like with what we have so far. Okay, so this is what it's gonna look like with this one single light. I do think it's a little bit darker than I would like on the shadow side. I'm gonna have to be a little tactical about positioning the light opposite a wall and using a wall as fill, or maybe eventually getting a reflector. But regardless, a much better improvement than the current situation. Hopefully this will mean a live stream with Nolan next week, recording more podcasts, doing more product reviews, getting the video factory up and running once again. If you guys dig this content, be sure to support the channel. Consider joining us on Patreon. That's where we talk a little bit more about the life behind the scenes, making this transition to Spain. Or pick up some stickers. Our caps are back in the store. And as always, everybody, keep the supple side down.